You're watching BCTV. We're all about Brantford. You're watching BCTV, Brantford Government Television, a service of Brantford Community Television. This program is brought to you in part through the support of the town of Brantford.
Okay, welcome. We'll call the Board of Selectmen's meeting for October 2nd, 2019 to order. Item 1, can I get a motion to approve the Board of Selectmen minutes of September 18th, 2019?
So approved.
Second.
Moved and second. Any edits, changes, corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item 2, executive session to discuss spending tax appeals. We'll invite in Attorney Perito. Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, can I get a motion to go back into regular session?
Motion to go back to regular session.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
For the record, no votes were taken while in executive session. Actually, before we go to item 2, can I get a motion to add a request from the Fire Chief Mahoney to waive bid for the purchase of the firefighter protective gear to the agenda? And we'll deal with that right after item 6.
Motion to add that to the agenda.
Second
All
that.
right, it's been moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, item 2, can we get a vote to approve the proposed tax settlement for 2 Halsted Lane?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, item 3, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from John Hefferly, town engineer, to waive the bid for the masonry repair work at the Supply Pond Dam and award the contract to Riccio Construction in the amount of $44,500.
Evening.
So I would imagine you guys know where the Supply Pond Dam is, right at the southern end of all the supply ponds, the 2 supply ponds. We had a inspection on the dam in 2015 that recommended a bunch of maintenance items to be done to the ponds. That was a deep mandated inspection. Next one is scheduled for 2020. Since that time, none of the maintenance has been completed. I think kind of in the transition between the 2 town engineers, we kind of lost track of what was going on with the supply ponds. But it is a Class B dam that's a substantial dam that the town owns. We have an obligation to repair it. The repairs that we're looking to do this season would be the spillway, the concrete spillway, do some minor repairs to the spalling on that, and some masonry repairs to the dam itself. The reason why we're asking for the waiver of the bid, we're kind of on a time constraint. We're between the month of September 1st to March 1st is the only time we could draw down the dam to be able to do these repairs. I'm going to draw it down about 3 feet to get that top masonry kind of buttoned up. So with the weather, kind of the bad weather approaching us here, and knowing that we won't be able to get it in February, the weather will be too cold. We're trying to rush this through. We did get competitive bids for Stony Creek repointing job, which had four companies that responded to that bid. This would be the second low bid. The first low bid actually got the job at Stony Creek, so he's going to be starting work on that within the next couple of weeks. So knowing the contractor that was the second low bid, it's a fair price in our opinion. We'd like to go ahead with him. He's responsible. He's a local contractor, and really just to get these repairs done, so that DEEP would kind of look favorably on the town for acting responsibly as a dam operator.
All right.
John, I just have a question. Is the way this is worded, is DEP funding this or is the town funding it?
The town is funding it. We got the appropriation through the RTM September 10th, sorry.
Okay.
September 10th, so we just received that. We're authorized to spend that now.
Okay. Thank you. I'll make a motion, we approve John's request.
Okay, it's been moved. Second. Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
You know, we just want to come up and do item 4 to consider and if appropriate approve a request from Thomas Mahoney, Fire Chief, to waive the bid for the purchase of the American Emergency Vehicle Ambulance and award the contract to Eastford Fire and Rescue Sales in the amount of $180,398, and that is a correction to the agenda. So, all right.
Thank
Chief?
you. We've been working with Eastford Fire Rescue for approximately 10 years. They've been a great vendor to work with, and they had previously been selling a different product. We went out earlier, we got prices from some other vendors, and they were $187,000. That was in 2017. So this group is with AEV, which is American Emergency Vehicle now. They invited us to look at the product, showed us 3 different models. We liked what we saw. We asked them to work up a price, and they gave us a price of $180,398. This quote is under a little bit of a time restraint. We recently, as you know, went out to bid for a 2019 Ford F-350, and there's no 2019s out there, so we had to rebid for a 2020. They have and are holding some 2019 E450s for this. If we were to do that, it's a $7,000 savings, so I'm asking you to waive the bid and approve the purchase of this ambulance from Eastford Fire Rescue in the amount of $180,398.
Have we ever had any problems with this company?
Nope. No, they've been a great vendor for us, and their service is impeccable. Our mechanic has a good working relationship with them, and anytime we need anything, they take care of it.
No further questions.
Discussion?
Nope, I have no question.
All right, can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Any further questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Actually, Chief, you wanted, sorry, we'll just jump right to
The gear?
yeah, so a motion to approve a request from Fire Chief Mahoney to waive the bid for the purchase of the fire protective gear and award the contract to Shipmans in the amount not to exceed $160,000. Oh, no, I'm sorry, $60,000. Correct, Tristan? Cut off. 60,000.
Thank you. So this is the fire gear that we have been using for quite some time. This is the Connecticut vendor of this gear. Because each set combined exceeds the bid minimum, we're asking to waive the bid and allow the purchase of the gear up to $60,000. We did get prices from other vendors of other manufacturers' gear with the similar spec, and Shipmans is still the lowest overall. So we are asking you to approve my request for a bid waiver today.
Okay. And that's, go ahead.
Now, just, Chief, can you just explain the 10-year requirement so that the taxpayer knows that
Oh,
you
absolutely.
have to
So,
buy this stuff?
Short time ago, the NFPA, which is the National Fire Protection Association, who promulgates standards for our industry, in their infinite wisdom, put a 10-year rule on gear, firefighter protective gear. So anything that's aged over 10 years, regardless of its condition, is considered obsolete. We do hand that gear down to non-structural firefighters, but any of our structural firefighters, we need to put them in this gear. Fortunately, we purchase it as needed, and that's why when they changed that rule, it put us in the position of having to buy so many sets at one time. So this is the second year I've asked for the same upgrade for the same reason, that we're 2 years into having to replace almost all of the gear, but we've tried to work out a schedule so it'll be spread out a little bit when we hit that next time frame. So,
Thank you, Chief.
thanks.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second that.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, item 5, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Gary Zelinski, Highway Supervisor, to waive the bid for the purchase of straight road salt and award the contract to Morton Salt at a cost of $62.35 per ton. Gary?
Good evening. Yeah, I can't believe we're talking about salt already. Yeah, requesting a bid be waived to purchase straight salt from Morton Salt. We've been using Morton Salt for years, and they've been a great vendor. Their service is excellent. If we ever needed an emergency delivery of salt, they'll get it to us within 4 hours. They're just a phone call away. Yeah, and we were able to negotiate a price 15 cents lower than the state bid, the low state bidder, so that's $62.35. Also, they've also negotiated, we've also negotiated a price of 15 cents per ton lower on treated salt too, which we buy from them, and they're 15 cents lower than the CROG pricing.
We're going both, that's what, for item 6. All right. Motion, or any discussion?
Oh, that sounds good to me. I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second that motion.
Moved in second. All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. Item 6, to consider and if appropriate, approve a request from Gary Zelinski, Highway Supervisor, to waive the bid for the purchase of treated salt and award the contract to Morton Salt at the cost of $69.95. I believe in your explanation, you explained that that was a negotiated price below the typical, usually we go off the CROG purchasing for treated salt, and that was a negotiated price less than the CROG, correct?
Yes.
Coming season? So, any further discussion?
Make a motion, we approve.
All right,
Second that motion.
moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thanks. Item 7, any correspondence? Seeing none. Item 8, any other business? Item 9, a motion to adjourn.
Approved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This program was brought to you in part through the support of the Town of Brantford. Watch town meetings and other videos on demand at BrantfordTV.org.